Hey everybody. Had a little bit of ducky drama this morning. So, a little background of what happened. It's been unseasonably warm this fall, and a lot of people on Vancouver Island have noticed that their turkeys, ducks, and chickens have gone broody later in the season than they normally would have. And that's what happened with two of our Roadrunner ducks. They decided to go hide out somewhere and raise a brood. We had one female that hatched 7, I believe. The other female hatched a week later. She hatched a couple, but only one survived. We got all the chicks all rounded up and put them in a confined area because we have a lot of ravens and a lot of crows that will take ducklings out in no time. So to protect them, we have them housed in a secured area. So because they were 2 weeks apart, the one lone duckling was a lot smaller than the other one. Garnet went out to go do morning chores, and the female of the first clutch, who has, I think, 6 or 7 ducklings, was attacking the lone duckling from the later clutch. And this is not unusual for ducks to do so. If they detect that there is something wrong with one of the ducklings, they will dispatch them themselves. Don't know how they know. Don't know what triggered her, because the duckling yesterday was looking great. So anyways, we intervened when I got out there. The poor little guy, soaking wet, laid out flat. Garnet went in the pen and grabbed him, pulled him out. I took him by the fireplace and got him warmed up. It's actually really... I didn't think he was going to make it. He still might not. We don't know exactly. But he was guppy breathing, and every time that he would take these big, deep, labored breaths, his head would flop, and he just was looking rough. He was soaking wet. He was ice cold. He wasn't blinking, but he was breathing. Not very well, but he was still breathing. So I got him warmed up and then got to a point where he started shivering. So obviously he was hyperthermic, because once you get hyperthermia to a point, you stop shivering. Your body just gives up on trying to warm itself up. And that's what had happened. He started shivering, he started blinking, he started holding his head up. So for right now, he is a house duck. Because we're solar and it's rainy, we're gonna have like a week worth of rain. I don't have the solar energy to put him on a heat lamp at this point. So I have him on our heated floor. Our floors are heated through tubings, and goes to a water reservoir that sits on top of our wood stove, and that warm water circulates through the piping and heats our floors. So he's in a box on the floor. I also have a glass jar in there with water that I've heated up on the stove top to keep him nice and toasty. He's since dried off. He's stopped shaking. He now tries to get away from me when I poke at him, so that is a bonus. He's not eating and drinking yet. I put some water in there with a little bit of sugar in it to give him some energy once he decides to start drinking. I'm not gonna force feed him. When they're weak like that, you can actually drown them. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. So far he's been a fighter, but let's just take a peek at this little guy. Not him in here. Actually, I'm gonna switch us around here. There's the water. Hi, buddy. So this glass jar I have with warm water. It's not, I didn't boil it, just in case he got up next to it, because then he'd accidentally give himself a burn. Water with just a little bit of sugar in it. Well, that is the fastest I've seen him move. So I'm not going to harass him too much. I haven't seen him stand. He's obviously still really weak, but he's dry. His breathing is much better. It's a lot easier. He's not taking these great big huge heaving breaths like he was before. So I'm gonna I'm gonna keep hope for this little guy, and we'll see how it goes, and I will update you. And probably gonna name this one. Don't normally name our birds except for our breeding stock. Don't know if I'm gonna keep this one as breeding stock because I don't know if there's actually anything wrong with him or not. So if we do keep him, it's just going to be because he fought like hell to hang in there. So I'll update you when I can.